Maryland dairy farmers Randy and Karen Sowers had no idea that large cash deposits could be a problem until they found out the hard way when the IRS seized $63,000 from them in 2012.
We didn't do anything wrong. I mean, we were just depositing cash in the bank, like, we thought was very legitimate. I mean, if I wanted to hide it, I would have put it in a can. I wouldn't have deposited in a bank. And, the government comes in and takes your money.
Sowers' cash deposits came under IRS scrutiny because they were broken down into large sums less than $10,000, they say at the suggestion of a bank teller. Structuring your deposits to avoid scrutiny is illegal, and these structuring laws are designed to target money launderers, terrorists, and drug dealers who break up their banking deposits into sums that are under $10,000 to avoid reporting laws. Sowers maintains the family had no idea and were bringing in cash from weekend farmers markets. Now, Ken Curran was less lucky after unknowingly agreeing to forfeit his bank account to IRS agents who visited his North Carolina convenience store in June 2014, accusing the Palestinian immigrant of skirting reporting laws. He had more than $150,000 taken and denies the charges.
He said, you need to sign a paper. I said, listen, I can't, my English is, is not right. He said, no, let him, the young boy, he start to read it for me, like he read the newspaper. You need to sign it or we go to your wife, let her sign it.
After public outcry, the IRS and the DOJ changed their policies for future cases, restricting their seizures to those suspected of criminal activity. But both businesses are fighting to get their cash back today, thanks to the nonprofit Institute for Justice, which has petitioned the government to return the seized assets. Now, yesterday, IJ sent new letters to the IRS and the DOJ on behalf of Curran and Sowers. The IRS and DOJ, though, they declined to comment on specific cases to CNBC for the story.
This is one of those situations where you think about mission creep, right? You understand the original intention of the law. It's a good one. You want to fight terrorists. You want to fight money launderers. And then you wonder, do they start doing it for other reasons? Do they overreach?
They caught Speaker Hastert.
Exactly. They got Speaker Hastert on this way for something.
Structuring of something
right, exactly.
that had nothing to do with terrorism or...
Well,
right,
and we
exactly.
should note that Congress did get involved last year, and they had some of the business owners come and testify about what happened to them. They asked the Treasury to return the money. IJ filed these petitions, which essentially allow the IRS to go back and return them the money, and it's kind of like a pardon. But then if they do that, that would open up the IRS to many more cases in which they may have to do this over and over again.
You know what's amazing, too, about money is that we often talk about the death of cash, right? Everyone says that. Cash is dead. You know, there's more cash in circulation now than any time in American history.
Yeah, I believe it.
There's something like 1.2 trillion in bills. A lot of it's overseas, but there's more money.
Russia.
Everyone's like, oh, cash is dead. There's more cash now than ever.
Well, this guy was raking in $12,000 on a weekend farmer's market.
So the farmer, what happened? They took his money, the money that he broke into separate. What did they do?
It was a pattern of deposits. So
right, okay, I get that.
Laws allow the IRS to come in and seize your account
and
without necessarily charging you of any criminal activity other than this structuring.
Then other than
10 grand, 10 grand, 10 grand, 10 grand.
Less than 10 grand, but knowingly structuring, knowing that you're doing it to avoid these reporting laws, that's what's illegal.
So that money is frozen. That money is frozen or gone.
He settled for half. So the government still has around $30,000 of his money.
But they never proved that he was involved in terrorism or in drugs or in money.
But he was involved in structuring these.
Right.
And he says unknowingly, the bank teller said to his wife, hey, listen, if you deposit this full $12,000, you'll have to fill out this paperwork. It's easier if you just break it into smaller sums. So they didn't know any better. I mean, you can hear for yourself what he says. He would have put it in a can if he was trying to hide it.
And fundamentally the same thing with Mr. Curran?
Yeah, he had no idea. But
he had all this cash.
Their attorney's point is essentially the IRS and the DOJ seem to know they were wrong. They changed the law. So today's law would not apply because you have to basically tie them to some kind of criminal activity in order to move forward. They did not do that. So if it were today's law, they should return their money. And they haven't gotten it back. They're hoping the fight will continue and these guys will get repaid.
Let's not forget the tax code is 74,000 pages long and counting. That is an actual number, America. 74,000 pages.
Good story, Kate.
Hug an accountant.
Thank you very much.